welcome back. It's Shelby, and first off, I just want to apologize for the lighting. It gets dark at like 4:30 here now, so I've set up my lights as best I can. I don't have like a legitimate lighting setup, which you guys have probably noticed from a few of my videos, but I'm working with what I got. So I just figured I would get that out of the way. Now we can get on with the craft, and today it is how to make just a really beautiful festive presentation for gifting a plant for the holiday season. So the first off thing you are going to need is a plant. So I have this lovely pink poinsettia that I will be using. You need a carrying vessel. I have a little terracotta pot, which is green and actually goes really well with Christmas, but that wasn't planned. You could also use a vase or anything of that nature. And candy canes, because they're just super festive, so why not? A little bit of hot glue, and I'll link everything you need down in the description along with my socials as always. But yeah, let's get going. So when you're choosing your vase or pot, you want to make sure that it's about the same size as your candy canes. And then also, if you want to measure how many you need, go ahead and put them inside like this all the way around, and then you'll need like between 1 and 5 more, but that'll give you a good idea of how many you need. For a pot this size, which is pretty small, I need about 40, so 2 boxes of candy canes. But yeah, so it's a really easy craft. All you're gonna do is put some hot glue kind of on the rim and the rim here, and then stick your first candy cane on just like that. Make sure that the edge is smooth so that I'll be able to sit down without pushing the candy canes up. It is nice to have your first one completely straight. However, because the jar is not straight, like if my jar was straight up and down like this, it would be a lot easier to get the candy canes all the way around and completely straight. But because my jar slants, or pot slants, my candy canes are going to kind of naturally slant around anyway because there's not equidistance between the top and the bottom. So I'm just going to do the best I can, but if you want to avoid that, just get a jar or a vase or a pot that's 100%, you know, straight up and down. The base of it is as wide as the top. So in order to kind of avoid that, what I'm going to do is, same thing you're going to do is put a hot glue top and bottom, and then I'm just going to try to be careful to put my candy canes on and make sure that each one I put on is nice and vertical, and there is going to be a little bit of space between them at the top than the bottom, just because I have a pot that expands towards the top. Like, it's wider at the top, so that's what's going to happen. If you want them flush, like I said, use the vase that is the same dimensions, top and bottom. Doesn't really bother me. I think it's kind of cute. So yeah, just put little lines of hot glue. I'm working in about little inch sections, and just line your candy canes up. Try to get them as vertical as possible. That's kind of what's going to give you the nice clean lines. So I've got 4 on already. This goes pretty quickly. The bases are all flush to the bottom, so that's not going to have a problem sitting. It does overlap the jar lid a little bit, and it kind of comes out, but you can see how it's disguising the green of the vase, and I think that's really cool and really festive. So I'm going to get a few more on here so you can kind of see where I'm going with it, and then we'll get it finished up and get the plant in there and get the bow on there if it needs one. And yeah, like I said, super easy, fast craft. So I'm already about 1/3 of the way done, maybe almost half even. But yeah, you can see kind of what it's doing. It's creating this really cool shape to the vase. It's making it a little bit bigger, but it's also echoing the shape of the potted plant. So really, really excited with how this is turning out. The base is nice and flush, so we're just going to keep going with the candy canes. Same thing you've been doing, just work in sections so your hot glue doesn't dry. The top section needs to be a little bit bigger than the bottom section, but I'm basically just going between 1 and 2 inches out, so I can just stick on a couple candy canes and yeah, not get too crazy, not have my hot glue drying on me, but also not kind of freaking out and worrying that I'm going too slow or too fast for the amount of glue that I put on there. So in each little section, you put on about 4 candy canes, go ahead and hold it until it dries. But yeah, we're basically halfway done. Super fast project. So really the only thing I'm like super paying attention to is that each candy cane that I place on here is as vertical as I can make it. And that's a little bit tricky. It would be easier, like I said, if I could just put them all super close together. It's not a big deal, just make sure you're spinning it as you go and looking at it straight on and getting that nice vertical line. Otherwise you run the risk of your candy canes being a little bit crooked, which isn't gonna be a big deal when you start. But as you go, they're gonna get crookeder and crookeder and crookeder, and eventually you're just gonna have one giant gap at the top, but all the bottoms are gonna be fitted together and you're not gonna have any way of fixing it. You're just gonna have a giant V at the top and no room to stick in any additional candy canes. So that's why it's important to try to make them all stand up and down if you have a pot the shape of mine. Pop the last couple candy canes on here. I didn't even know how quick this was, but it was definitely one of the faster crafts I have done, especially on this channel, but I guess not even especially on this channel. Some of my biggest crafts were, well, some before I started the channel, but some when I'm on this channel, and like, there's just no way to film that, like it's too big. So this last little gap here, we're just putting in our glue. I'm gonna get our candy canes on super fast. I think they're all gonna line up. I think we did a good job. Time will tell. Can I get one more on? One final one. Yes. Oh, that turned out so well. Okay, perfect. So this is what it looks like. Isn't that adorable? Like that's already super, super cute. Very festive. So next up, what you're gonna wanna do is just put your plant in there. And you can either gift it like this or put a little ribbon. I have a little red bow that I think is cute, so I'm going to attach that. So this is my sparkly red bow, so much glitter, and it's got a nice flat back, so I'm just going to put a dollop of hot glue on there just like that. And then we're gonna find a good place to stick this on. Kind of just like that. And it's okay if the bow sticks out on the ground a little bit because it'll just flop forward. It's not gonna hurt anything. So it's more important that the candy canes don't extend beyond the base of your potted plant, but not so much about the bow. Really, it's all about just getting that bow seen. So I'm gonna tuck this part out over the candy cane so you can really see it. And turn my little plant in there so it's at a slightly better angle. There we go, just like that. So this is a super cute, easy, fast way to transform a vase or kind of flower pot into a very festive holiday wrapping for a plant if you are gifting a plant this holiday season. That's it for the craft and the video. I hope you like it. If you did, let me know by hitting that thumbs up. Let me know what you think down in the comments. I do love hearing from you guys. I hope to see you here again soon. Thanks so much for watching, and bye for now. That's kind of a close-up of the bow and how all of the candy canes look. And it creates a really cool effect all the way around, kind of all together.